Not 1 goal, not 2 goals, not 3 goals, not 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, not even 10 goals. 11 goals, 11 whole goals conceded within the space of a week at home in a relegation battle with games thick and far between before now and the end of the season, and you think it is acceptable to give up, to crumble like a rich tea in a hot mug of tea. And in fact, that is harsh on the rich tea sat in that boiling cup of water, because that shows more substance than our leaky bumhole of a defense, our absolute skid mark defending. And again, a skid mark even has more substance than our defense, because today, one slight bit of pressure, one, yes, dubious decision, yes, Trent Alexander-Arnold was running around like he was cradling a baby with his elbow out here, and yes, I think it should have been a free kick to Leeds. It was a handball, clear as day. Liverpool strikes again, but I digress. One moment like that, one quick goal, and then everybody completely switches off. They've given up. They're out on the beach with their pina coladas out. Because I tell you where they certainly weren't. Ellen Road. That's for damn sure. Because within the space of another 4 minutes, absolute capitulation. Weston McKennie, he looked like he was cradling shit in between his underpants. Because there is no way in hell he was comfortable with that ball in the middle of the park there. You've got to have a radar on you there. You've got to be seeing what's going on around you. You've got to see what's behind you. You look at Cesc Fabregas, yeah? One of the greatest central midfielders in Premier League history. Every time before he got the ball, he knew what was going on. Every single vertex of his body, he knew who was there, what he was going to do. He was 3 steps ahead of himself. McKennie, he's half asleep there. Half asleep. You've got to see that Jota's right behind you, waiting to nip that ball off you. He doesn't. And they come through. Don't even get me started on Meslier. I don't know where the hell he was or what he was thinking. That was not in the corner of goal. That was a savable shot. He got his hand right near it. His hand flat back like it was a damn letterbox opening instead of keeping it strong there and deciding to stop the ball. Again, should have saved that. And actually a horrific stat came out about Illan Meslier after the game, or rather during the game at the end of it. Whilst we were 5-1 down, only 5-1 at that point, he had conceded 10 of the last 10 shots that he had faced on target. Yeah, that is appalling. Embarrassing. Yeah, a damn right embarrassment. And it's not his entire fault, because, you know, the defense around him hasn't helped him. But come on, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. My short ass self would have probably saved at least one of those shots. Come on. I can't even play goalkeeper in a 5-a-side goal because I'm that short, okay? But I would have saved one of those shots. Let's be real here. Let's call a spade a spade. You got to be doing better there. You got to. And then it looks like we got a little bit of something going. Second half, Sinisostra. Bang. Beautiful goal. Beautiful pressure. Sends Konate to the corner shops. On a rash. Or a rash on him that he couldn't get rid of. And then what, within 3 minutes? Within 3 minutes, Rasmus loses his man. Goes storming up the pitch. Strike, nowhere to be seen. One through ball to Jota. And he slots it. And that's it. That's game, set, and match. Because again, you switch off for 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 7 minutes against this Liverpool side, they'll kill you. They'll kill you. They will kill you. I don't care who it is. Who they even have on the pitch, whether it's Gakpo, Nunes, Jota hadn't scored in like 30 Premier League games. It was like 32 Premier League games he hadn't scored in. And he scores 2! Not 1 but 2! Come on, wake up and smell the coffee back there, man. Wake up and smell the coffee. I'm not trying to be mad, I'm not trying to be angry, I'm not trying to rant and rave and F and blind and all this shit, yeah? But come on. Come on. There has to be a time in your life where you look in the mirror and you decide, you know what, maybe I am going to defend today. You know what, maybe I actually am going to maintain concentration. Maybe I am going to maintain concentration more than the 8 seconds that it takes for me to watch my next TikTok video. Huh? Is this the TikTok generation playing out in full effect in front of our eyes on a football pitch because they can't seem to keep concentration for more than 10 to 15 seconds? without throwing something away, blowing it away. I mean, 2 games like that back to back, it is absolutely embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. Do I blame Javi Gracia? Not wholeheartedly. No, he has to take some sort of flack for it, because even how bad it got under Jesse Marsh, we didn't see 2 back-to-back defeats of that manner. You know? We didn't see Leeds crumble that badly. And I think he has done a good job. I don't think sack him, because there's no one else to bring in, and it's way too late in the season. You've put your faith in him to keep us up, so you're going to have to keep that faith in him, and you're going to have to hope that he changes something around. We have winnable games coming up against Fulham. Got to be beating Fulham. Got to be getting points there. No. Not a snowball's chance in hell is it acceptable for us to get anything other than a win in that Fulham game. Anything other than a win. We have to win that game. We have to. It is imperative that we win that game. And right now we put ourselves in that situation. And right now, where can we see the wins coming from? Can we see those players respecting the badge, respecting the club enough to put a half-decent performance in? Do you see any player on that pitch that looks like they give a damn? That looks like they would die for that shot? You know what? If Ayling put up the performance Christensen did today, he would have been laughed out of the building. He would have been spat on. He would have been abused. And you know what? I think Ayling was poor the past couple of weeks. But there's one thing you can always say about him. That guy gives a shit. That guy gives a damn. He will die before he lets Leeds get relegated. Yeah? That's the kind of man that is. That's the kind of character Luke Ayling is. Alright? And unfortunately, we don't have many of those left in this team right now. That utter embarrassment last week should have sent shockwaves through the entire club. But clearly all it did is send shockwaves through to their wallets. Because how? You can go the next week and do the exact same thing, carbon copy, and completely piss your chances up a toilet wall and give the game away. I don't understand it. I don't get it. It doesn't compute as to how those players can just care so little about the performance, about themselves. And you know what? It doesn't all stem to the defence. The main problem is our midfield. And this is where Javi Gracia does need to come under criticism. His selection of the midfield, not good enough. First of all, I said I'd play JB. Second of all, we do not have the defensive output with McKennie and Rocker. Those two in their own, we do not have them. Tyler Adams is just as big, if not a bigger miss, than Voba in terms of our defensive structure. Because without him in there, we have nobody that can track the midfield runners. Nobody that can stop teams from controlling the game, coming at us, counter-attack after counter-attack. No one that can break that up. We don't have it at all. Which is why our defence is so heavily stressed, is because there is no one in front helping them. So if you are going to play those two, and you aren't going to play JB, you have to put a midfield 3 in. You have to put Forshaw in there, which you did at the end. You have to. You can't rely on just those two, especially against a side like Liverpool, who are bringing Thiago off the bench, who have Fabinho and Henderson and Curtis Jones. And you think it's acceptable to have a 2-man midfield of Dwayne "The Rocket" Johnson and Weston McKennie, neither of which are a defensive-sided midfielder. McKennie is a glorified number 8, number 10. He's even played on the wing. He is not a holding midfielder. Dwayne "The Rocket" Johnson is not a holding midfielder. We don't have any midfield there to stop this kind of thing. Offensively, we look weak, man. People are calling him Brendan Rizzler Paper Aronson. Guy needs to put some strength on. Fair play, I thought he had decent patches, but he needs to put some strength on. He needs to get on the Amir Khan handshake treatment. That's what he needs. Rodrigo, I love ya. Today was not your best performance. Harrison, impressive since Javi Gracia's come in. Signed your new contract. Performance hasn't been there, son. Sinistera, the only bright spark the entire game. Looked lively, looked in it to win it, looked like he was going to create something dangerous all the time. Got our goal. And then what happens? He gets injured. So now we're going to be out without Sinistera as well. We're going to be without Sinistera going into the tail end of the season. And I don't want to moan. I have moaned. It's probably been 9.5 minutes of moaning. To which I apologise. But in fact, I don't apologise. I don't apologise for anything. What I did is what I did. I'm a man. I will stand by my decisions that I made. And I said what I said, and I meant what I said. And I meant how I said it. But that doesn't mean we're out of it. That doesn't mean I think it's all doom and gloom. It doesn't mean I think we're relegated. I think there's a chance we stay up. Of course there is. But we need to wake up. We need to wake up quickly. If we perform like that against anyone, we're flipping screwed. Alright? We are done for. Those players need a serious wobbling of the head. Let me know what you guys thought anyway. What needs to change? Who needs to change? And how do we need to change it? Let me know down in the comments section down below. But for now, guys, I will see you very, very soon. And I hope Leeds will see a hiding to their players very, very soon. And teach them that is unacceptable. But for now, guys, I will see you. Au revoir, my brothers and my sisters.